Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75. Welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. This is a figure I actually got, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago now. I just have had no time to actually do some videos. One reason is because, well, just don't have the time, and two, then I caught an awful cold, which I'm just now getting over, so that's always a good thing. So I got this a while ago. My initial thoughts of us when I got it out of the bag is the fact that I thought it was really loose. But on transforming it before this review, so I thought, why not figure out how to transform it for once first before I actually do a video on it. It's actually not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It reminds me of the oversized War for Cybertron, Optimus Prime. I don't actually think I've said this. This is obviously the fall of Cybertron, Optimus Prime. It is oversized. The plastic quality is sort of cheap, and yeah, like I was just saying, it sort of does remind me of that giant oversized War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. It just feels cheap and a bit hollow, but it's not actually that bad. Like I said, it was oversized. Here is Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. It is basically the same mould, even though obviously it's a different person. So I thought I'd use that for a size comparison. I don't actually own the original. I actually quite like it. I think it's good because it's just oversized enough to be a decent deluxe size, whereas I always thought that this figure here was a very small deluxe size, because obviously these days they are downsizing them slightly and charging us more money, which is, you know, good play, Hasbro, well done. Anyway, right, so we're going to transform it now. We're going to take off his weapon here. This is obviously, I do like this because if you go back right to the very beginning, probably some of those UK comics where we sort of like had Tales from Cybertron, where they were basically back on Cybertron before they came to Earth, and you would see Optimus Prime sometimes as like a combat deck like this. So it's always a good thing when they do that. Well, to me it is. Anyway, right, so to transform it, we're going to take the weapon off, and it's good. Yeah, it does have a problem rolling on all its wheels, but then again, so does Ultra Magnus. So there we go. Yes, now I got to admit, as long as you can get it to all tab in, like at the back here and everything, it is pretty sturdy. Yeah, these bits here don't always want to go in, but we are going to transform it. It's got quite an easy transformation actually. We're just going to rotate these out, rotate these feet down. Just like that. Then what we're going to do, we're going to separate these little bits just up here, separate them. I'm going to do the arms now, rotate them around, fold them down. This little bit is going to, I think it just sort of tabs under there. I'm never too sure on this one. Rotate this one around, like so. Get that just to sort of tuck in there, sort of slightly. Rotate the hands around. Almost there, so rotate that around. And going to be the arms, and then with this section, this is where it is really loose on here. It doesn't really want to stay in too well, but then we're going to rotate this section up. That does lock into place, giving it a bit more of a lock in. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to separate the legs, and there is your oversized Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. And yeah, he is a little, actually let me just adjust my camera ever so slightly. There we go. There we go. Yeah, he is slightly loose on this midsection here. I could probably take it apart, apply a little super glue to the ball joint or whatever, let it dry before reinserting it, and I think that would probably help it a lot, but I can't actually be bothered to do that, and it's not loose enough for me to want to do it, and I don't have the bloody time either, to be honest. But it is a good size. Like I say, that's just slightly loose there. It doesn't really want to tuck in, but you'd never notice, if I'm honest. I actually think now that is a good deluxe size for Optimus Prime. It's a good step up as well. I do like it, and so if you was looking for a version of this, I think you can get some decent repro labels for Fall of Cybertron figures, giving them that sort of like the energy bursting out their seams sort of look. I actually quite like that. Yes, I really recommend it. I'm going to put a link to Sir Toys, which is where I got it from, at the bottom, like I usually do. Click on that and it'll take you straight to the item if you're interested in it. And they have plenty more items as well. I'm always looking on there. I mean, yeah, there's always something in there I'm getting. Yeah, I mean, I've got a few on hold at the moment. I did buy one of the Masterpiece Exo suits, the KO ones, because I wanted it. I did buy the Doctor Wu stuff. I might show that off if I can find it in a minute. For my KO Bumblebee, which I did. I was going to tack that on the end. I was going to do a mini review of that, but I didn't get around to it in time before I uploaded it. So there we go. Anyway, right, this has been the Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. It's actually really cheap. I mean, it was like $10, which is about 6 or 8 quid, something like that. You know, it's to me cheap. If you wanted a figure that's a bit more larger than this one, you know, it's pretty good. Anyway, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. See you next time. Bye for now.